Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's me, Irvin, with another manga chapter review. This is one that I'm actually excited to review for you guys. One that I've been reviewing since the beginning of chapter 1, and now we have chapter 30. So I'm excited to continue talking about this series, and if you have not done so, then go check out my first 29 videos. Yes, 29 videos of Sachi-iro no One Room. They're in my channel. I will eventually tag the playlist on top of this video at the end of the video. Secondly, guys, if you want, subscribe to my channel. You'll hear more manga reviews, more otaku news, as well as just a lot of anime related stuff. And then lastly, there is a spoiler alert on the 30th chapter because I will talk about it in some detail. So if you have not read the 30th chapter yet and you don't want it to be ruined, then you should probably avoid watching the rest of this video. Okay, you have been warned. Good. So Sachi-iro no One Room again is one that I've been following and has had its twists and turns. And the previous chapter, we see Sachi and Oni-chan. They've moved places. Oni-chan has been very careful in selling his car, in changing jobs. He has hundreds of identities, fake identities. They end up in this, apartment complex, and at first, they show that no one's living next door, and then at the end of chapter 29, someone knocks at the door, their new neighbor, who happens to be the investigator who is trying to find Sachi. Now, that's the end of the chapter 29th. Great cliffhanger, may I say, because they're now going to be able to catch him to an extent. So, he's in the next door room. He offers them some cookies and gives them a box of cookies to Oni-chan, and Oni-chan goes in, and immediately as he goes in, he goes to Sachi, "Don't say a word," and he opens the box in front of her, takes the cookies out, opens the flap from the bottom, and they notice that there's a bug. Now, not a bug like an insect, but a bug like a mic. They're being heard and recorded by the investigator. They know that immediately. Now, after a few minutes of them communicating through text on their phone, like, I don't know what to do, etc., Sachi finally talks. And that kind of switched the chapter point of view to the investigators. And the investigator, his helper, is like, okay, she talked, we know she's there, let's go barge in and get her. And the investigator says, no, let's wait. And in all this, eventually he does explain it, but in all this, he's looking for the better choice for Sachi. And he kind of starts thinking on his own, really, on just the past. How the cops have been looking for her just to retrieve her and give her to her mom. It's a missing child. That's what they want to do, which is fine. That's a logical thing for cops to do. But then he also remembers of him visiting her mom and seeing obvious signs of abusement. I mean, he sees markings in the wall. He sees markings in the floor. There's very obvious views that she was abusing Sachi. So, anyways, he also thinks of the other stuff he's heard from from the person that rented them the apartment, from the lady in the candy store, from all these people that he's interviewed, and just has heard a upsetting type of remark that they just genuinely seem happy, genuinely seem like they are enjoying each other. So he himself is really doubting of what is the right thing for Sachi and what is not. So they keep listening, and Sachi continues talking, saying, I guess they finally caught us. They know who you are, they know where we are, and there's no running anymore. And she finally, and the chapter ends with her phrase saying, "Should we kill ourselves, sir?" That's it, and that's the end of that chapter. I don't know what the investigators are going to get from that. I think the next chapter is going to be Oni-chan sweet talking her down from that, but as well the investigators realizing that Oni-chan is not precisely the worst person in the world, and maybe he's not really kidnapping her, but protecting her from her mother. Now, there's a lot of things that could happen in the next chapter. I won't sit here and talk about every single little detail that I think that could happen, but at least I do want to say what I don't want to happen is them barging in, taking Sachi, and giving her to her mother, because that is not going to be a good thing for her. She's going to be continued abused, and there's not going to be really any, I don't know, any good thing coming out of that for her. So I really hope that they don't do that. The investigator seems to be wanting the best for her, and maybe he will realize that Sachi and Oni-chan can have a healthy relationship. Now, I will say they don't have a healthy relationship right now. You can tell by how they talk about the future, about death. You know, they're very open about killing themselves, and it's not one thing that you want to have in a relationship. So, anyways, out of 10, I'm going to leave this one at an 8 out of 10. I love this series. I think you guys should check it out for sure. If you have not, yeah, for sure you should check it out. I think this is the 3rd volume already, and I could be wrong. This might be the 5th volume or 4th volume. Yeah, it is the 5th volume, so completely wrong. 5th volume already, so great series. I don't know how many more chapters we'll have, but I am also hoping for an awesome ending to this series. Guys, if you have not done so, subscribe to my channel so you guys can see more Sachi no Run Room reviews as well as other otaku related videos. Thank you guys so much for watching this video, and like always, don't be strangers.